Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us here today. My name is Donna McLaughlin here at Underwriters Marketing Service. And before we get started with our presentation, I do just want to go through some quick logistics. This webinar is for financial professionals only, and it will be recorded. So if for any reason you are not a financial professional, please do hang up at this time. Throughout the session, you will be muted. There will be questions and answers within each department. Within each department. If you have any questions while that person is speaking, please make sure you're typing that into the questions bar in the right-hand side of your screen. If time allows, we will get to those questions. So again, any questions, make sure you're typing those into the right-hand side of your screen. You will see two handouts that can be downloaded, and we will also send those over to you. So we will refer back to those handouts throughout the presentation. Otherwise, let's get started. So first, I have Marianne Lacey Gray. She is the President and CEO of Underwriters Marketing Service and opened our doors about 37 years ago. So Marianne, take it away.
Yes, and hello, everyone. This is probably one of my favorite meetings of the year because I get a chance to talk to those of you across the country who have taken an opportunity to join us today. And for some, we're meeting for the first time this way. But most importantly, to brag about my staff and our company. As you heard Donna say, we opened the doors 37 years ago now, and we were independent. We have been independent, and I promise you we will continue to be independent as a marketing organization supporting each of you, independent agents and reps. You can see our credo at the bottom of the screen: be in business for yourself, not by yourself, and we take that very, very seriously. We know what it takes for you to meet people, talk to them, try to convince them to sit down and have a good orientation meeting with you, find their solutions and the objectives that they each have as a potential client. Finally, wind up hopefully with them giving the head nod after 2, 3, maybe even 4 meetings. Some of these are virtual today, right? One of the advantages we've had of COVID is what we're doing right now. But then you go through the process of getting the app in, usually online, sometimes not. We've got all the automation to support speed, where we can put speed into it. And of course, the larger the case, it may take a couple of weeks to get it through processing and then ultimately to get you paid. My staff and I understand this takes months sometimes for you to go start to finish after you meet someone to finally deliver a contract and of course get paid. So we're on your side. We are your back room, no matter what type of business you do, whether you're in the senior market, business markets, young families. There's a lot of niche markets you'll hear about from us this morning that will give you some insight on. Don't leave anything undone on the table, please. With our backroom support, we will help you every step of the way, even if you don't know all the specifics of an area that someone's asked you about. So as you listen to us, please take notes. As Donna mentioned, we're going to take some questions and answers where there's time, but I really do sincerely hope we'll be following up with each of you and have some good, lively conversations about doing some marketing plans and customize what we do for you, not for us, but for you. Here's our website at the bottom, our 800 number. So please, we hope you use that frequently. Donna? Again, the credo really comes from our early beginnings. If anybody out there remembers besides me, the early 80s, business was different. It was career carriers. There were brokerage agencies that handled impaired risk, term insurance, and group health. That was it, because everything else had to go to the career carrier. And as things morphed, I had the opportunity to open my company, and I started to see where I had the opportunity to appoint independent general agencies and use brokerage products as a sidecar. Well, as time has gone by, what's happened. We've had a lot of change, a lot of flexibility. The Prudentials of the world, the John Hancocks of the world, all those great career companies, some unfortunately are no longer in business the way we would like them to be. But seriously, some of those companies we now represent, on the independent side. So it just shows you how things can go full circle. But I think important for you to know, we have always been flexible. We have adapted to change. We're doing so now. As I talk to you and the audience, we have almost every state in the country represented here this morning. And who could do that in a live session? So we've adapted technology in many, many ways. And again, really pleased to be able to personally talk to each of you this morning. Donna? This is our who's who. It's one of the downloads you'll receive after the meeting, or you can do so yourself, but it's also on our website, callums.com. I always laugh. Some of you say Callums. Oh my God, no Callums. It's callums.com. And again, the reason we built our business the way we did is we wanted to have a holistic approach to supporting you. You may be out there in the senior market, but you may run into some opportunities for business plans. It could be for life settlements. It could be for many other things. And we want you to be able to be supported without having to go somewhere else, or worse yet, refer your business away to a competitor. There are, of course, many reasons to work with us. We are different in the fact that we are more concierge in our support. We do customize training, education, and opportunities for you to have a compliance and suitability officers to back you up with pre-screening your business, making sure it's compliant before it gets to the home office. Again, we're trying to make sure that the time that we spend helping you shortcuts the wait time on you getting paid. Really, really important. You'll see weekly offers for various types of education. We do a lot of webinars on a lot of different topics. Now, there's no twins out there in the audience, okay? So you're going to see a lot of topics. Some of these topics may not be of interest to you. That's okay. We want you to at least know that when you need something like that, you can get it from UMS. But if it is of importance and you want to join us, again, please do so by registering. We encourage you to take advantage of any of the educational modules that we offer. Next, Donna. Here are a few of the great companies and their logos that hopefully you recognize in many ways. We just added Columbus Life as a new carrier. Gosh, there's a great old company for many, many years. Again, they're now in the independent channel too. Allianz Preferred, and you'll see Allianz from us quite often. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to help start an insurance company, Life USA in the days, now Allianz. So how many of us get a chance to do something like that? You'll see that little Gerber photo. How cute, huh? That's always something that's good for marketing to parents, grandparents, and of course they have other things in their portfolio like final expense, etc. But these are some of the companies that I hope you recognize that we offer. Next slide is a few more. Okay. And there are more, but we didn't want to take up too much of your time going over the logos. Just know that we've got a quality portfolio. I'm pleased to share with you as well that we have restarted our producer reward program. So at the end of the year, we'll be counting up production credits. And again, because we're holistic, all the different departments in the office, the combined production credits of anything you write for any company that you write, with just maybe one, two small exceptions, will count towards a beautiful trip for two to Naples, Florida. And for those that do a little extra business, we're going to take you down to Hemingway and Key West and the enjoyment of those beautiful sunsets you have heard so much about. You'll hear more from that from Trudy in marketing a little bit later. Nobody in my position can run a business without having good field input. And I'm so pleased to show you the photos of those that are currently our advisory board members. Wally Jandoli, who is in the estate planning and senior marketplace along with business markets. Amy Webb, big in individual and group health. Michelle Ford, an RIA, very well versed in Social Security issues and a lot of seminar activities. Bill Maximo, who actually goes back with me longer than 37 years. Bill's a great planner. Again, does seminar marketing, does a lot with fixed indexed annuities. Very proud of them and all the different channels that they represent to help guide our ship. The two icons at the bottom there, I call them icons because they've been with me so long. Trudy, my goodness, she always corrects me. I think it's 34 years that Trudy's been on board with UMS, and Maureen is no slouch either in that area. I think we're at 27 years, Maureen. I know you'll correct me when you get on, but the average tenure of our staff is literally 18 years when you average it all out. So we're a family, and we invite you to be the same. Part of what we do, work hard, play hard, and reap the rewards of good business, good compensation, and of course now a trip for those of you who would like to come with us. Next. So we are always there for you. We really do mean that. We do not have voicemail. I get criticized about that from time to time. Why don't we have voicemail? Well, those are speed bumps to getting you the answers that you need. Now, I'm told I have to give time off for lunches. They're supposed to have a vacation time here and there. I'm not sure who approved that, but seriously, there's someone on the team in each division of the office to help. And if we don't have instant answers, which you know I'd be lying if I told you that we can answer every question spontaneously, we will get back to you. You do not have to be concerned that you left a voicemail like you do so often. And will I ever hear back from who I left that message for, right? So we're there, always there for you. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce one of my management team. The early start here is our Tricia. Tricia is, gosh, Trish, 21?
21 years old, yes, but 26 years.
I'm losing track of everybody. We hate to admit our ages, right? But the experience and the maturity goes with it. Very proud of Tricia. She started with our firm as a receptionist. Her career has built steadily. She's now running our health division, which is disability income, long-term care, Medicare supplements, etc. And we just celebrated, she's finishing up as president of FSP, Financial Services, and did a great job. But I think you're a little anxious to turn the mallet over to someone else, right, Trish?
Yes,
Office, by the way. But anyway, kick it away on probably one of the most important departments in the office. Am I right?
I think so, absolutely. Thank you, Marianne. And again, good morning to everyone. And I would just remind you to type any questions that you have, or more importantly, as I go through some of those things, if a client name pops in, feel free just to type it in the question box. It will record the name so that I can talk to you after this session about that client. Donna, if you can hit next. Okay. When we talk about long-term care planning, what are we actually talking about? We are talking about creating a dedicated source of income that is set aside in retirement to pay for long-term care expenses. That is essentially the end goal of what we try to do. How we help your clients get there is a different story, and that's something that we can help you with. Next. I'm so not used to not having control of the slides. You're going to see my hands moving a lot. When we're talking about your clients' goals in retirement, what do they want? They want to maintain their lifestyle. They want to stay in their homes as long as possible. They want to remain independent and not have to rely on their family members. And they want to leave behind a legacy for their loved ones beyond an inheritance. And what do I mean about that? Many years ago, Allianz did actually a study called Legacy. And what it said, the most important thing that people want to leave behind is actually not money or real estate or cars. They want to leave behind a legacy of memories and the way that they are remembered by their friends, their family, their loved ones. Having a long-term care plan in place and funded is one way that we can help our clients do that so that their legacy is not tainted, so to speak, by long-term care needs if they become reliant on their family. Next, Donna. As Marianne started, I've actually been here 26 years. I've been doing long-term care over 20 of those years. And it has changed a lot since I've been doing this. 20 years ago, when Maureen first started teaching me about long-term care, it was standalone long-term care. The Allianz, the CNA, MetLife, Prudential, GE Capital before it became Genworth, all of those. American Travelers, etc. And we were selling to older ages. We could actually issue up to age 99. Now, luckily, we're not in front, but if anybody remembers those days, we were devastated when the issue age dropped down to 90. And then when it dropped down to 85, we saw that as the end of the long-term care world as we knew it. We looked at long-term care planning as a bridge to Medicaid. We were selling 3-year benefit periods because the look back for Medicaid was 3 years. So the thought was buy a plan, get through the look back, work with an estate attorney, get rid of the assets, and go on Medicaid. Okay. A lot of things have changed since then. We focused on nursing home costs because no one's going to stay at home. We want to be able to buy you the best nursing home room that there is. And we also looked at as we had to fund everything with one policy. Well, things have changed. Next, Donna. We've now morphed into younger ages. This isn't even something that you sell side by side with your Medicare supplement. You absolutely can talk to any client you're talking to about Medicare, about long-term care planning. But these days, we really are focusing on pre-retirees, and for numerous reasons. First of all, the sandwich generation, as they're referred to sometimes. If you are in your 50s, you are possibly dealing with a parent who is needing care. That opens up many of your clients' eyes to the need to plan for themselves when they have that emotional experience of dealing with a family member. We also look at this as nursing home avoidance. We kind of figured out that if you are going to rely on Medicaid, here in the state of New Jersey, Medicaid can send you to the first available nursing home bed up to 150 miles from your original residence. That may not be where you want, and nobody wants to go to a nursing home. If we have to leave our homes, we would like to go to the really nice Marriott-run assisted living facility. That may not be an option on Medicaid, and it is very difficult. So we started focusing on the benefits where we want when we design these plans. Home care benefits, assisted living benefits. There, to my knowledge, is not a policy anymore that will do a nursing home only benefit. Everything is home care and assisted living. And oh, by the way, if you really need it, there's skilled nursing. We're also looking at multiple sources of income to pay for care. We're not designing policies that will cover the full cost of care. We're looking at something that is going to take the heavy burden off of your client's retirement income. And when you're looking at that income, if the client needed to supplement $500, $1,000 a month, how much could they afford to supplement before it will start impacting their surviving spouses and their lifestyle? That's what we're looking at. We also do look at multiple policies. Get something in force now while you're young, get what you can afford, and then we can build and grow on that later. Next. This is where the market is really at right now, the linked benefits. And linked benefits are not new. They have just dramatically changed, I'd have to say, in the last 10 to 15 years. They used to be sold in the wirehouses, single premium only. If your client couldn't write a check out of their checking account for $100,000, you didn't talk about linked benefits. It was also sometimes referred to as widow's insurance because we would take the death benefit and the survivor saying, I don't really need this money, and we would put it into a policy. It was definitely an older age market. Right now, about 80% of all long-term care focused sales are in the linked benefits, meaning the intent of the sale is to provide long-term care protection. because it overcomes most of the top objections when it comes to long-term care planning. What if I never use it? I'm going to pay premiums to company XYZ for 30 years and I'm never going to use it. It's money out the window. Well, you're going to die, so there's a death benefit. In case no one's heard, standalone long-term care rates have had a few rate increases along the way. The linked benefit products that we represent here, Lincoln, Nationwide, and One America, all of their premiums and benefits are fully guaranteed. Even if you're doing a flexible premium, there cannot be a change in the rates or benefits. So we have that security. Plus, what has changed in this market so much in, over the last 10 to 15 years, flexible premium payments. We can do 10 pays, 20 pays, pay to age 100. We now have inflation riders, which makes this much more attractive to the clients in the younger ages, to those pre-retirees. Especially with that flexible premium. We just did a webinar yesterday with Lincoln, and we talked about Henry, high earner, not rich yet. Linked benefit on a flex premium is designed for them. Your high income clients that have not accumulated a lump sum yet, but this is a great way to get some long-term care protection in for them now. We also have a second to die contract on this. It's unique. It is actually, it was patented at one point through One America. 2 people, same contract, sharing a long-term care benefit, which by the way, can be unlimited with that carrier. With inflation, we also have a way to use qualified funds and stretch the taxes out on that. Give the clients a bonus on that qualified transfer. If you'd like more information, please put that into the question. I will make sure I get you some information and a recording of a webinar that we did on that. It is a wonderful tip because so many of our clients have a lot of money in qualified funds and would like to use it for long-term care. Plus the quick underwriting. Most of these carriers, the underwriting is phone interview only. So it takes about a week to go through underwriting by the time they do the MIB and script check, and then it's a phone interview. They do not order medical records. Next, Donna. The biggest thing I hear is how to close the sale. We need to create a sense of urgency with our clients. Obviously, there's the typical upcoming birthday, age changes, higher premiums. But the one thing we have to realize, our money pays our premium, but is actually our health that purchases not just long-term care policies or DI, but life insurance as well. Our health can change at a moment's notice. So we're never as healthy as we are today. Also, if you have clients that say to you, I'm going to think about it, or I don't want to talk about it, we'll do this next year, I strongly advise you to use the liability release form on the next slide, Donna. We can send this to you. I know it's very hard to read on your screen, but this is a liability release form that we've actually had reviewed by an attorney, and we have had agents use this for their files in case they ever are involved in a question from a client's child or children about why doesn't mom and dad have long-term care protection, because they chose not to talk about it. And here's how you document when a client chooses not to do something. Next. So what can we do to make it easy for you? I'm not intending to make you a long-term care specialist. I just want to make it easier for you to add long-term care to your existing practice. We have a personalized profile form that helps you ask the clients the questions that will help us find the solutions. We do look at all of the options. I know I didn't really get into standalone long-term care here today in this brief time, but we do still have that. We look at the linked benefits. We look at the chronic illness riders that Maureen is going to get to during her section. We look at underwritten and non-underwritten annuities. If you have a client that is uninsurable, I work with Dawn and her team frequently to look at an annuity that will increase the payout if your client needs care. So we don't have to say no. We can find a solution for almost every single client. Okay? That is what we do while you are talking to your next client. If you are not familiar and not in the long-term care market day in and day out, we can do a conference call with you and your client to review these options. That is not a problem. I am a fully licensed agent. I'm also a CLTC for almost 20 years. You are still 100% the agent of record on the case. I am just your back office support, or however you want to refer to me, and I can answer your clients' questions with you on the phone with us. And if you're wondering how to introduce the idea of long-term care planning to your clients, because I will tell you about 84% of all long-term care sales are said to be started by the client, meaning the client says, I think I need to do something about long-term care. So make sure when your client database has that question, they are asking you, so you're in front of them about long-term care planning. We have a ton of marketing materials. Of course, marketing is literally our middle name. But we have custom marketing materials. We have social media posts. We actually have a software program that will post them automatically for you. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. If you're doing mailers or stuffers when you send out policies, we have postcards that we do. We also have entire seminar presentations, from the invitation to the presentation, and we can also provide speakers in most cases. And we have pre-approach letters. And if we don't have something that you want, we can certainly create something, as we do have a graphic designer here on staff that we can help you with. So we are your marketing organization to help you make your clients aware of the need for long-term care. Next, Donna. As we transition from long-term care, what happens if we become disabled while we're still working? What happens to your clients if their paycheck suddenly stops? Unfortunately, so many of us went through that 2 years ago when everything shut down. Now, what happens if there is no unemployment available because they are injured or they are too sick to work? What happens to them? Next. We have to make sure that we are protecting our clients at the younger ages as well. Many do not have disability benefits, or if they do, they need to read their employer disability benefits. Many group disability benefits do not cover things like bonuses. Even if it is a contractual bonus, it is not covered a lot of times. It does not cover commissions. All of you on the call with us today, do you have disability on yourself? Okay. We can place hard and even what 5 years ago was considered uninsurable occupations. Teachers do not have the benefits that they had 20 years ago. Police, firefighters, nurses are a huge market because so many nurses have left their, quote, full-time employment and become per diem. So they are no longer technically an employee of the hospital system. They work per diem shift work, getting paid significantly more, but with no benefits. We can also, for nurses, go down to 24 hours a week on average, because many nurses on this per diem might only work 2 to 3 shifts a week, and they're making just as much. We can also cover self-employed. We can offer up to $20,000 a month in benefits. That is huge for your very high earners who have group disability. Read what those benefits are capped at. Many times they're capped at $2,000 or $3,000 a month. That is not enough for most of your clients to survive on. I also just want to make a last minute plug for business overhead expense. For your business owners, yes, they should have personal disability insurance, but business overhead expense is different than business interruption. Business overhead expense is if the owner is disabled, but the business can still physically open, it will pay a benefit to the business. The owner becomes disabled, keeping the business viable until the owner either comes back or is forced to make a decision to sell, but it keeps the business viable for them. Also, we have a custom marketing material for disability, little footnote right here, keeping your clients in the game, groceries, auto, mortgage, and electricity. That is a great piece to use with clients, and we can customize it for you if you are interested. Next, Donna. Switching again to traditional Medicare supplements. I have heard so many times, I don't do that, I refer it out, or I just say no. Why are you walking away from a sale from your client or inviting your clients to talk to another agent? Traditional Medicare supplements are easy to say. I'm going to, few things. We don't need AHIP to do that. All you need is your health license. You don't have to do that product certification. All of that refers to Medicare Advantage plans. You do not have to record your client. You can do a traditional Medicare supplement and an annuity and a life and a long-term care application all at the same appointment. You can do that. Those rules only apply to the Advantage plans. Here at Underwriters Marketing, we have access to some of the top carriers in the industry nationally. Aetna, Cigna, Mutual of Omaha, United American. We have chosen these carriers not just because of their low rates, but because of their good, stable rate increase history. Also because of their service. That's why we've chosen them. Also, one thing with Medicare supplements, you get renewals for 6 years to lifetime, depending on the carrier that you write. Don, if you can go to the next slide, I'd like to just show an example of, is this really worth my time? I did this based on our legitimate book of business. So these are real numbers. If you were to write 4 med sup cases a month, so that would be 2 couples possibly. Here's what your commissions would look like. At the end of year 1, okay, $8,200, that's still nice. But look at year 4, $54,000 coming in with just a little bit of new business and the renewal. It's the power of the compounding renewals. When you think about that, many agents that do this, this is a complete sideline for them. This is not their main focus, but they reach out to their clients that are turning 65 in 7 months and say, your mailbox is about to get flooded. Just set up an appointment and we'll talk about it. Many times people have their licensed assistants just do this. And then they take this income, this renewal income, and reinvest it in the practice. Whether it is a more advanced CRM system, marketing dollars, whether it is hiring a part-time assistant to come in and help do this, that renewal income is very strong. And if you look at the end of year 6, we're at $84,000, almost $85,000. So that is a significant income coming in for your clients. And again, e-applications, if there is a clean app, even if it is a paper app, it is usually issued in a day or 2. Very quick and simple. Underwriting the policies are sent directly to the clients, and everyone has questions about Medicare. So if you're looking for a way to attract new clients and get referrals, Medicare is absolutely a way to do that. And we can help you. There's a lot of great training videos on our website that talk about it, and some more will be being posted shortly. So, but if you have any questions, please just give me a call. Next, Donna, I think I'm actually at questions. Donna, do I have time for any questions?
Trisha, you have a few minutes, and we do have a couple of questions that have come in. We got about a minute. Can you use qualified funds for premium in long-term care?
Yes, you can. It is not a tax-free transfer, but there is a way to do it. One America actually has a wonderful turnkey system where the client receives a 20% bonus on that transfer, and then the taxes are spread out over 10 years. And you can use one person's qualified funds to cover both spouses. So yes, there is a way to do that.
Okay. And what are you seeing more of, single premium or flexible premium in your area?
Probably flexible premium has become very popular as we are getting into the younger ages, because we're dealing with clients that either have college in the middle or looming, so they're not looking to tie up that single premium. But we are looking at flexible premiums, and they're still guaranteed.
Okay. All right, thanks, Trisha. Any other questions? Trisha will reach out to many of you on the call, and then we'll get started with our next session.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Have a great day.
So next up, we have Maureen Luckins, who will be introducing herself and talking a little bit about the life department. Thanks, Maureen.
Thank you, Donna. Good morning, everyone. I am introducing my life team, who is actually more important for you all to know than it is really for you to know me. Marianne, I have been here 27 years, and the only thing I've done longer than that is be married. So enough said. Take note Tori McKiernan, jot her name down. She is the person you need to work with if you are new to the life insurance market or if you are new to writing life insurance with UMS. Neelam Patel. Neelam is our resident case manager and field underwriter, and she has been doing this for about 20 years now. She's the one who will take the application from Tori, get it into the carrier's hands, provide you with status, also do field underwriting for you. We'll talk about that in a minute. Jot her name down. And then John Countryman. John is the person you need to know that once you have gained enough knowledge of how UMS works, or if you have detailed product questions or need advanced sales illustrations done, you want to talk to John. Next slide, Donna. Life insurance ranges from final expense, which is typically a small death benefit, all the way through the big advanced sale whole life IUL cases. Underwriters Marketing has all of it. Final expense, guaranteed issue. Guaranteed is guaranteed. It's not big dollar death benefit, but it is guaranteed. Simplified issue, term insurance. You can't be in the life market without term insurance, or UL, or guaranteed UL. We have three of the few guaranteed UL products left in the market. Many carriers have pulled them because of the interest rate environment. We have three of the top guaranteed UL providers out there: American National, North American, and Protective Life. By the way, we have about 50 some carriers here at Underwriters Marketing, and about 40 of them have product. So it's hard to manage it all. On our website, callums.com, you can illustrate your term and your guaranteed UL products. Whole life. Whole life has been around forever. We'll talk about that in a second. And then indexed UL hasn't been around forever, but it is giving whole life a run for the money. We'll talk about that. We do have access to a guarantee issue group, voluntary group, and disability product. It is so fabulous that we actually installed it here at Underwriters Marketing. We do term conversions, life settlements, just to name a few. Next slide, Donna. Life insurance is not just about death benefit anymore. Over 100 years, life insurance started, and it was about providing death benefit. And of course, it still does. Next slide. Well, what is it then in today's world? It's used for saving for college, saving for living benefits. You just heard Tricia talk about. The products she uses in the linked market are life insurance. And many of the traditional life carriers in the regular life portfolio offer, as she said, terminal illness, opportunity to collect for terminal illness, chronic illness, which is your ADL loss and things of that nature, and critical illness, which are if you have cancer or some of the other diseases that come upon you. Those are living benefits. Saving for retirement. It is a tremendous vehicle for retirement planning in today's world. And anything else? Anything. If you have enough cash accumulated in your life policy, you can go on trips, you can buy cars, you can buy big screen TVs, you can do whatever you really need to do. Next slide, Donna. In the traditional old days, my days, we used whole life. And whole life is a great product, guaranteed growth. Typically, it's very fixed in terms of premium, although there are ways to modify here and there. It pays dividends. There are many options for loans. In fact, we are going to be having we have a tremendous whole life carrier on June the 23rd who's going to be talking about how to properly, this is important, properly set up a child's whole life policy. Who owns it? Who pays for it? What role does the child have in when they become of age, et cetera, et cetera. It's very worthwhile. Please join us June 23rd, 2:15. Next slide, Donna. IUL, however, Indexed Universal Life, is very different. Next slide. It, like whole life, provides cash value for supplementing your income. But the indexing allows a client to participate in market-like returns with zero risk to their principal. Now, you've probably heard zero is the hero. All that means is that when the market is up, which it's not right now, when the market is up, your client could get 5, 7, 10%, depends on the cap, of interest for that year. And when the market is down, like it is now, I mean, let's face it, we're in a bear market. You will not lose, not one penny. You'll gain zero, but you will not have the losses we see in the market, 5, 10, 12, 17%. And IUL provides these extended care riders, which we've talked about. You don't have to die to win. Next slide, Donna. This is an idea presented to us by one of our favorite carriers. I won't get into that, but take a term and add it to an IUL. That is not a term rider, but actually consider having your client purchase a term policy and an IUL policy. The term portion raises the overall death benefit to what would be the proper amount needed for that particular person. It allows the policyholder access to a larger pool of money to use for the feared living benefit need. And it serves as a bank of coverage. Could obviously be converted later, but we'll show you an example. Next slide, Donna. We have a female, 33 years old, preferred. Purchase has $250 to buy insurance. Purchases an IUL on the left side for $250 a month and purchases $337,000 in death benefit. Good. Or she can take $200 of it, purchase an IUL plan, max funded. Max funded IUL allows you to put money in later, stuff money in later, legally. And then takes 50 of it and buys a 30-year term and gets $600,000. So the two policies together now give her over $800,000 in death benefit. She has cash accumulating on the IUL side, living benefits on the term, giving her access there if she needs it. Next slide down. A couple of years later, she decides she's a professional, career is on its way. She can put $500 a month into something. She elevates that IUL policy to $500 a month, drives it up to $600 plus in death benefit, and she cuts her term policy in half, cuts it down to $250. Still has a lot of death benefit, still has a lot more cash now growing on the IUL portion. Now, if she really only wanted to spend $500, she could make that $500, $475, and the term $25. The options are endless. The key here is there is no medical exam to go over again, no underwriting to go through again. It's a win-win. Next slide, Donna. Let's talk about underwriting, because underwriting is the most annoying part of life insurance sales. An APS, which is the attending physician statement, can take 4 weeks, 8 weeks, or worse for it to come into an underwriter. Getting phone interviews and blood and urine and all of that done, a paramedic, all of that done timely is annoying. Only to find that there may be a situation where your client is not rated the way you want them, or, God forbid, decline. How do you stop having your clients decline? When you ask your client what conditions they have, or at the very least, what medications they're taking, you'll hear the hot spots: cardiac, previously had cancer, had surgeries for something, take 10 medications. There's all kinds of crazy things that occur. Not everyone is that preferred client we just talked about, preferred not tobacco 33-year-old. When you hear those hot words, go to our website, callums.com, under the Life Department section. Scroll to the bottom, there are underwriting questionnaires, there are 20 or so there. I can tell you, if you don't see a condition listed there that your client has named, call Neelam or me. There are hundreds of questionnaires available, we just can't put them all out there. Have your client answer the questions, send it to Neelam. She'll send it out to at least 10 carriers, sometimes more, and they will respond to her usually within 2 to 3 days, whether or not they'll consider that case. Most time we can get an offer. We call it an offer. It's really tentative. And when your client is ready to make a move, Neelam provides that offer to the underwriters so that they can see what they were thinking. Now, unless your client has not spoken truthfully, I'd say 99% of the time, Neelam can get those cases through. It's critical to know that underwriters at carriers vary wildly. So many are more liberal in one area, some are more liberal in, the mental health area, whereas others have more tolerance in an area of cancer or cardiac. Please just give us a chance to help you with that. Next slide, please. Okay, here's the big one, diabetes. Diabetes is one of those conditions that surfaces practically every day. Diabetics throughout the country are growing in terms of volume rapidly. It is directly connected to obesity, which is also one of the highest growing concerns. So, diabetics, type 2 mostly. Type 2 diabetics need to have an A1C, which is a 3-month review of their blood sugar, below 6.0. Typically, underwriters at carriers would take in the past up to maybe 7.5. Beyond that, it started to become hard to place because a client with diabetes is typically off a little bit on the weight chart. They might be taking blood pressure or whatever. Diabetes starts and then other problems filter along. So, but we have a new opportunity with Foresters Financial. Make sure you jot down Tori's name, because she can not only get you started, but she can get you access to an app which you can use on your phone or your computer. And this carrier, without a non-med, without underwriting, blood, urine, and phone history questions, can get you your clients at policy up to a 10.9 A1C. It's unheard of in the industry. So again, jot Tori's name down, and she can help you. The minute you hear diabetes, you can immediately jump on a mobile app and have your client evaluated. Next slide, Donna. All right, new. What's coming new? And I mean new, probably next week or the week after. Keep your eyes out for this from us. Is another app supported by North American. Sorry. And they are giving instant response to approve clients for vanilla life insurance term. No riders, no bells, no whistles. Up to about 40, 45 years of age, folks will be approved with a policy on its way within about 10 to 15 minutes. So keep your eye out for that from us. Next slide, Donna. Life settlements. Now that's the other end of the spectrum. Policies in place, policies in place. Client can't afford the policy. Client is very ill and needs to not keep the policy and can benefit from releasing it. Consider life settlements. The policy benefit needs to be, death benefit needs to be $100,000 or more. Insureds who are between the ages of 65 and 75 should have some health condition that warrants the need to sell it, whether they can't afford it or not. Clients with policies and they're healthy are over age 75, they can be considered to sell the policy. And those that are below age 65 have to have very severe life-threatening illnesses. We can give all this information to you later if you choose, if you wish to know about more, we'll have Neelam send it. Jot Neelam's name down. We have 3 providers, and I say provider lightly, they're not insurance companies, but they take the policy information that we provide, that you have provided, and I'll say shop it out again and find the best sale, the best carrier to purchase it. Next slide, Donna. We're here to support you. Mary Ann talked about this. I won't go too much further than to say, we're here to support you with product and concept training. We try our very best to stay on top of the industry and everything that's new and exciting. And almost every 6 months, I could do this session and tell you something yet new. We are here for specialized case design. We have access to many attorneys and other advanced markets, departments of carriers for input. We have policy review kits, fact finders, pre-approach letters, all the things the other girls talked about, social media opportunity. We have one of the best systems, in my opinion, that takes IUL and matches it against how would it perform, the what if, the hypothetical, against a CD, a money market, the stock market itself, and show how an IUL will perform even in the bad years. It's not all about up years. It's about looking at 25 to 30 years of history, up and down of the market. Application assistance, that's almost silly to say, but we have the ability to help you help your clients actually get through the mishmash of the online and drop ticket and e-app process if you need to. Next slide, Donna. UMS is different. UMS is different. UMS is different from the day I walked in here 27 years ago, and yet we keep growing and growing, and yet we keep differentiating ourselves further, all in a positive way. We can make the difficult happen. Please ask us. Call us with your next quote. I think that's my last slide, Donna. I don't know if we have any questions or time for it. I think we're darn close to.
I do have a question, but just to remind everybody on the call, if you have any questions for the life department or long-term care department, make sure that you're typing those in. Question that I have here, what is the age range to provide life insurance? When would you say it's too old?
When are you too old? Probably over 80, 85.
Okay.
Not that you're old. Like you said, 80. Yeah, about that.
Okay. And then for the term and the IUL example, how do you do that in the future, add more money? Does the client just send that to the company, or does it have to be at a certain period of their policy?
No. An IUL is like a UL. They're flexible premium chassis. So in the good, you plan 200 a month or whatever. And then you may have some down years. I mean, during the pandemic, people had down years. They had to take their policy at 200 a month and lower to 150 or 100. The beauty of flexibility in a UL. And then the good years come back, you start putting more. The purpose of max funding an IUL is so that you put the maximum, you can put the maximum amount possible in. Every year, you as an agent or your client should get what they call an in-force illustration from the carrier to see how it is performing. And then we simply illustrate on top of that, adding more money. A max funded IUL gives a client the maximum amount of premium to add.
Okay. Thank you, Maureen. I don't have any other questions at this time, but just to remind everybody, again, if you have any questions for Maureen, just make sure you're typing those in, and the life department will get back to you after the call. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, so hi, everyone. Back on, just to reintroduce myself, I'm Donna McLaughlin. I lead the annuity department here at Underwriters Marketing Service. We've been on almost about an hour now. We have about another half hour left. So I really do appreciate everybody that is hanging in there to learn all this great information, because there's just so much information that we have to present to you. We want to make sure to get the best out of your time. So thank you again for joining us today and hanging in there. You will hear a lot from the annuity department. You're going to hear a lot, being in the industry. I know many of you get a lot of emails, but June is Annuity Awareness Month. And we're going to talk about protecting your client's future. So the difference with the annuity department versus what you've just spoken about with or heard about with the life department and the long-term care department, there is no underwriting. So the client's health really does not become a factor when it comes to the annuity department. You're actually insuring your client's money. So one thing you really want to talk to your clients about is, do they have insurance for their money? And they're going to look at you, probably a deer in headlights, and say, what do you mean? But again, there's no underwriting. Health is not a concern. We will ask sometimes if your clients are currently in a nursing home or if they have activities of daily living, but there's something called suitability on our products instead of actually health underwriting. So just to introduce my department, you see me up there. Barb Marchesani has been with Underwriters Marketing Service for many, many years. I believe it's over 25, closer to 30. Barb is our annuity suitability officer, and some of the things that Barb does on a daily basis, she does help with case design, but she does a lot of help with either the servicing, with getting your case statuses. She is our suitability officer, so any application that comes in, it goes to Barb. Barb will review that application, and she will make sure it's suitable before it gets to the carrier. So we try to make sure it's in good order, the best as possible. And then I have Liz. She's the one that you're going to hear on the phone. She's our marketer here. She's going to be calling you about the latest enhancements. She's going to be calling you about case design, and she's probably one of the first people that you will speak to, especially if you're new with working at Underwriters Marketing Service. So at any time, if one of us is not available, Barb, you can always ask for someone else within the department. All right. So the type of fixed annuity contracts that we have your traditional fixed rate annuities, we have your MIGA annuities, we have your single premium immediate annuities, and we really do focus on your indexed annuities. So we have all different types of these annuity products here. Everything is on the fixed and not on the variable side. We also have your single premium, your flexible premium products. It's very important when you're talking with your clients to ask them, is this a single premium or is this something that you want to continue to send out there, send money in, because there's only certain companies that do flexible premium and the majority of them are single premium. And then you can do qualified or non-qualified. So on the qualified side, your 401k rollovers, your 403bs, your pension plans, your 412es. There's a lot of money out there on the qualified, and annuities were set up for retirement plans. So anybody that has their money in some type of a qualified plan can roll that over into an IRA, into an annuity product without any tax consequences, and then also on the non-qualified side that they've paid taxes on. Some of the different annuity services that we provide, and this is actually something that I will send out to you after. We do recommend products that fit your client's needs. The annuities are a solution. Maureen said about how many different companies that she has. I probably have about 15 to 20 companies on the fixed annuity side. And there is at least way over 300 different products out there. So we really want you to lean on us to be able to tell you, hey, this company has the best solution for your client, because not every client is the same. Not every client wants to make sure they have a lifetime income or wants to save this for a death benefit. So it really does differ with each and every client, and there is a right solution out there for your client. You don't want to go in and just sell one product to every client, because then you may not be doing what's in the best interest of your client. So we do run the quotes for you here. We do scrub the apps, like I said. You'll get the status of your business. Product training is something that you must do on the annuity side. So before you sell an annuity product, you do have to do specific product training on the annuity before you can sell it. So we can help you make sure that you are set up completely before signing that application. We do have the rates available on our website. I'll show you that a little bit at the end. And again, it's important regarding that suitability and compliance officer. a lot of times when the apps go directly to the carrier, about 85–90% of them are not in good order. But when they come through Underwriters Marketing Service, we can help you get those in good order and make sure everything is consistent through that application, and then, you know, really have a smoother process with the company. We see a lot of not in good order because of just basic things on that application. And the last thing you want to do, especially if you're doing a cross-border sale or your client lives an hour away, any changes that you make on the application, you do have to have initial and dated after. So we want to make sure that we get all of that correct in the beginning, so everything goes smoothly with the transfer of the money and whatnot. And then we do support you with customized ads and flyers, and I'm going to show you a few of those towards the end. One of the other things that we do help provide you with is Social Security. Now, Social Security, what I mean by that, Social Security is the hub of all retirement planning. So when you're talking with your clients about retirement planning, you really want to bring up Social Security. However, there's lots of rules out there with Social Security, and your clients really don't know, hey, do I take it at age 62? Can I take it at 60? Can I take it at 65? So we have all those rules, and I have advanced markets available to me. We do CE classes on this. I also help do client webinars on Social Security. It really is something that we all get, but not many of us are familiar with. So if you need to use Underwriters Marketing as a resource when you're talking to your client, and if they have questions about their Social Security, please make sure you're giving me a call. So let's just talk about some of the concerns that your clients will have and why the features of an annuity may be the right solution for your client. So some of the top concerns that we have out there is your clients, they are concerned about outliving their money. That is the #1 concern of retirees and pre-retirees today, along with inflation. Right now, inflation has skyrocketed so much, many are worried that their money is not going to last them throughout their retirement. So outliving my money. They're worried that their money is not safe. They're worried that the volatility in the market can affect making sure that money is there when they need it. Your clients are concerned, they want to make sure that their money works for them, that they have a good rate of return on their money, and they want to have access to their money. Not only do they want to have a good rate of return, but when they need it, they need to be able to access that money. Your clients, when they go into retirement, they may have a picture of what that retirement looks like. Financially, that needs to support what that picture looks like. So maintaining that lifestyle in retirement is very important to your clients. They are also concerned about long-term care and who's going to take care of me in an extended healthcare event. Tricia had alluded a little bit to this. Not every client can get long-term care. Not every client wants to purchase long-term care because they're not sure if they're going to use it. But I have some features on some of our products where, again, you don't have to worry about if they're uninsurable, but some of these features can help them if they go into a nursing home, if they do lose 2 out of 6 activities of daily living. So some of our products can help, especially if they're uninsurable. So some of the features of annuity, again, your client's worried about outliving their money. Annuity features, we have a guaranteed lifetime income stream. And again, this is on the fixed side. I know the variable side has this, but they do work a little bit different. The fixed indexed annuity is one of the only products out there that will guarantee a lifetime income stream, even when there is no money left within that product. So even when the bank that has been depleted down to 0, that income stream is going to continue, just like Social Security. So that guaranteed lifetime income stream is very important for your clients to know about that. And we've got ones that even increase over time to help with inflation. Our products are 100% safe from market volatility. So even though we do follow along indexes of the market, we may follow what the S&P is doing, we may follow what the bond market is doing, the principal and any interest earned up until that point are all safe from market volatility. So you don't have to worry that the S&P is down 17% this year. Your clients will sleep well at night knowing that even when the markets are going up and down, that principal is going to be safe. There are products with guaranteed rates of return. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our top 5 pick and what those top rates of return are. There are liquidity features. So if your clients do need access to their money, they can go and take their money depending on the product. So this is probably one of the top reasons why clients will not get an annuity. And if that ever comes across your desk, please make sure you talk to me. I have products that give 10% penalty-free withdrawals, 20%, 100% return of premium day one. So if they're worried about putting their money somewhere and they won't have access to it, make sure you talk to me and we'll fit them into the right solution. As regarding your current lifestyle in retirement, again, if your clients are diagnosed with a terminal illness, if they go into a nursing home, we have a lot of long-term care type features that will help your clients if they're uninsurable, if that is something that they are concerned and worried about. Tax deferral is huge. Your clients do not pay taxes on any interest earned until they actually start taking the money. So when you roll over that 401k, when you transfer money from the bank into your annuity, you don't pay taxes on it, and you will not pay taxes on that until you actually take the money. So that any interest earned is compounding within the product and just growing at a quicker pace than those items that are taxable. They do probate avoidance. So again, this is a contract between your client and the insurance company. If your client passes away, whoever their client chooses as a beneficiary, the money will go to within just a few short weeks of them passing away. So they don't have to worry about the money being held up in probate or with the state or anything of that nature. And there are no fees on our products. And when I say no fees, I'm talking about your management fees, your sub-fund fees, what you see on the variable side. You will see some products that may have additional liquidity feature fees or income rider fees, but we have plenty of companies with absolutely no fees on them. And again, if this is something your client's worried about, talk to us. We'll fit them into the right product. Why is 2020 turning out to be really the year that you want to get into annuities? And really, again, if you have sold these, doesn't matter if you've been doing this for 20 years, it doesn't matter if you're brand new to the annuity market, we're going to be able to help you for so many reasons. But why is 2022 turning out to be one of the top years for fixed indexed annuities? Well, I'm going to tell you why. First thing we saw, now, again, we have been in a very low interest rate environment for the past couple of years. Many of you got, homes, you've purchased and repurchased homes, you've refinanced, you saw how low those mortgage rates are. But why are they starting to increase? Well, the reason why they're starting to increase is because the Fed has raised rates back in March by 25 basis points and back in the beginning of May by 50 basis points. And they are saying that 4 more possible rate hikes could happen this year. So what happens when they raise those rates? Not only do the rates raise on the mortgage side when you have to pay back the mortgage, but those rates start to raise on the annuity side. For us, that's a great thing. So we're seeing much higher caps, much higher participation rates, much higher rates of return for your money with that safety feature. So we really want to start looking at these. Bonds are down. Bonds are down 10.4% as of the end of April of this year. Now, bonds have traditionally been an income product and a safe money product. Your clients have traditionally put money into the bonds to help with some type of an income strain. But with the bond prices going down, your client's income will not be the same, and they will not be getting back. They will not continue to be safe. So with those core bonds going down 10.4% this year, the worst it's been over 30 years, it's really showing what the fixed products and annuity products can do. The yield on the 10-year Treasury rate has doubled. Now, I haven't checked this in a few days, but the end of 2021, the yield was 1.5%. And as of June the 8th, it was 3.02%. So it's actually doubled since the end of last year. And why does that work for us? Again, this is how the pricing of our products are worked. If the yield is going up, then so are our rates and so are the features on our products. We're able to actually sell these better on the secondary market, and this is where we're able to offer so much better rates of return. And I am going to show you what the potential can possibly be. Inflation is up at 8.5% as of the end of March. I think it's actually gone up now. How many of you are worried about the gas prices out there? The food charges down, everything is up. So inflation being up. There was a crypto crash in May. where many people lost a lot of money in the market. And the S&P is down 17.7% as of the end of May. Again, it's right around 17%. I have checked that since the end of May, whereas the S&P, the market volatility is so low, and we know we are in a bear market, possibly going into a recession. So now is when you want to look at more safety features. So let's look at our top 5 lists. Right now, the MIGAs 2 and 3 right there, our top MIGA, we can actually get you a rate of 3.85% for 5 years, or a rate of 3.5%. So those are guaranteed rates for 3 or 5 years. We have our Lincoln, which is a 5-year, 7 or 10 product. I'm going to show you those rates and why they are so great. And then we have our nationwide product, Peak 10, which is actually a very good accumulation product, showing numbers way in the double digits for rates of return. And it's a product where you can put an income rider on there without having any type of fees on there. The last one is our Allianz Benefit Control. This is a great product because it's income anytime, no fees on there, increase in income. They have that 2 out of 6 ADL rider on there and a nursing home rider, and they have auto rate lock. So many things are great about this product. We're having a webinar next week on the Allianz. Trudy's going to bring that up in just a few moments. So let's talk a little bit, get within these products. This is the Lincoln 5-year fixed indexed annuity. The rates in March of this year, so just 3 short months ago, you can see where our rates were. Look at how the rates have changed from March to May of this year. In just a few short months, the fixed account, if you're looking at over 100,000, the fixed account was 2% back in March. It is now 3.5%. That is a fixed bucket within an indexed annuity. So that is absolutely huge. We have not seen rates this good. It's in years. The participation rates, we have never seen rates this good. Participation rates have really only been around for about 5 or so years. So we have actually never seen rates this good because the last 5 years we've been in such a low interest rate environment. We've gone on a 2-year BlackRock, which is their global index, from 125% participation to a 200% participation. What does that mean? If the BlackRock index does 10%, your clients are going to get 20% back into their annuity. And once that 20% is actually returned into their annuity, it is safe from market volatility. So if this is not convincing you to jump into annuities, I don't know what is, because of these great rates. I'm going to show you one more company, and that's that nationwide Peak 10. This is the product where if your clients are not sure if they want income or accumulation, it's a great product for them to look at because there is no income rider charge and they have a guaranteed 4% roll up on that no income rider. But let's look at these rates. Okay, so in March, they had participation rates, or I'm sorry, caps of about 2.9% to 3.5%. Those were their caps in March. Their caps have now gone to 9.5% to 10%. It honestly depends on what state your clients are in. So if they're in these states that I have listed, their caps are going to go from that 2.9 to 9.5%. That is a 7% jump in, again, just 2 short months. Their participation rates are going from 140 to over 200%. I'll show you these states right here. Excuse me. For these states, participation rates can be up to 230%. These jumps are, again, they are huge. Now is the time to start writing these before these rates start to crumble. Let's look at some of our prospecting tools that we have to help you with your business. So we have a ton of tools to help you get the word out that you write annuities. Trudy's going to talk to you about some of our general tools, but here are some of the items that we have available. We have our fact finders. We have our Bridging the Gap fact finders where you can get the basic information from your clients. Our volatility survival checklist, our top 10 reasons to consider an annuity, 8 questions to ask your CD rollover clients, expect the unexpected. That's a postcard that we have. So again, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're coming from the P&C market starting to write annuities, if you're coming from retirement planning and are in the financial services industry, starting to write annuities, give us a call. We will help you introduce this to your clients, and we'll help give you this prospecting tools. I have just another minute left, so we do have small business pension plan programs. This is a very unique program. So if your clients if you have small business clients, you can offer them pension plans. You can offer them 401ks without any type of a securities license. They walk you through the process. Basically, you have to get a census for your clients, and you're able to offer them a retirement plan for their small business. Make sure you go to our website, www.callums.com. The annuity portion is a separate part of the website. So it is a separate login. Our annuity rates are on there 24/7, and there's a lot of regulation around the annuity department. We've got everything in there that you need, how to stay compliant. We have the maps of what states are that you have to go and make sure you need extra training. So all of that is in there. Also, make sure you're giving Underwriters Marketing Service a call. I do have a few questions here, but we are short in time. We want to get you out of here by 11:30. So I am going to bring Trudy on, who will be talking a little bit about our marketing. Trudy, are you with me? There you go.
I am. I'm here. What a great presentation, everybody. So thank you. Anyway, welcome everybody. Now for the fun part of the program. I mean, this is just an exciting time, and I know you've heard from everybody today, but take your marketing to new heights, and let me show you some of the fun stuff and the rewards, Donna. So if you can just move to the next one. Well, we're going to take you to Naples, Florida, to UMS Producer Rewards. So these are just the reap your rewards of all the hard work that you do for all the companies, for life annuities, long-term care, DI. We want to take you, we want you to relax, pause, breathe, refocus, and just think, because we know how hard it is. We know that how tough it is out there trying to help clients do the right thing for themselves. So, and these are some of the qualifications. Donna, if you could just move to the next one. The trip qualifications, January 1st. So I know Mary Ann mentioned at the beginning, January 1st of this year through the end of the year, December 31st. The first level is La Playa Beach Golf Resort in Naples, Florida. Beautiful, beautiful. 200,000 of CPCs, agent and guest. And level 2 is the Kempton Winslow in not Naples, but Key West, Florida. So to see those beautiful sunsets. So again, and that is 260,000. So we definitely want you there. We just know it's been fun taking other agents there over the late years, and we want to have you there. So these are all the fun things that you can do with us, because we know how hard it is for you. So, and these are just some of the live webinars. I know some of the annuity department, the life, the long-term care talked about live webinars and CEs. These are just some of the things that we have, and we have this next week coming up, June 21st. We're having, Don is going to be doing one with Rebecca from Allianz Life on the FIA enhancements and case designs. The 23rd, you can see that uncover opportunities for life settlements. You heard that from Maureen. June 29th is a CE course, and June 30th. So that's something that you need to come in here to our office if you're in the area of New Jersey and Pennsylvania. And so it's a CE course, 12 CE credits. So, well, like again, we're a school for CEs, and we really do help educate you in many, many areas. July 6th is another webinar, again, a life settlement other opportunity, because we have different life settlement opportunities for you. And July 12th, we have an Allianz Life meeting. So again, it's a webinar, not a meeting per se. So these are just some of the things. And some of the things that we do for you too are webinars for your clients. It's a little different. It's not like your typical like webinars that we're doing, but you would invite your clients if you want to help them on Social Security. There's so many questions and people reaching 65 or 66, depending on the age limit. Donna can help do that for you. The 7 key factors to enhance your benefits, that kind of a thing. So we also have linked benefits. Is there a gap in your retirement strategy? Long-term care planning, advanced markets. These are some of the things that we here at UMS can help you. Again, you would invite your clients per se, get them on the line, and it's your webinar, but we will help you and talk to your clients and answer your questions. So please feel free to do that so we can help you increase your business. Next slide. And 17th year for our sales symposium. Oh my goodness, we are just so excited to have that. Our next symposium, September 20th. We want you to put that on your calendar because we already have some agents saying definitely they want to come. But these are some of the past symposiums that we've had here at UMS. And for any of those that you have been with us, I feel that you've walked away with a lot of great sales ideas. This year, we're going to have Deirdre Van Nest, and she's a motivational speaker, and she's going to, get everybody on fire because it's motivational is what we all need. A lot of times we're so used to doing the same thing. We have to change a few things sometimes to enhance our business. And because things change every year. You know that from the time I know. I've been with Marianne now 34 years. Marianne was right. And I see the changes that's been. So, and for me to do this is typical. This is not like Trudy. Anyway, we're here to change things, to make things better for you, and because we all have to grow. So again, symposium, September 20th, and it'll be the DoubleTree Hotel here in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And you're just going to walk away with a lot of great sales ideas and tools and things that you'll learn because everybody does. Next slide, please. Some of the things that, as you know, I run the marketing department, circles of influence. You've heard a lot of things from the other girls here, but are you working with any of these professionals below? These are things that you really need to think about if you're not. Accountants, attorneys, property and casualty, P&C, real estate, health insurance, Chamber of Commerce. You need to join these different things to get yourself well known because a lot of times some agents think that you just do life insurance or you just do annuities or they don't even know you do insurance. There are some friends of yours, I'm sure that you find out like they don't even know that you do insurance. So you need to let them know that in many different ways. And there's, with your churches and just so many ways that you can communicate this goodness because you're there to help them. Next, please. Niche markets. Marianne mentioned that. There are many niche markets that we can really help you grow your business. Start small. And one of the things that, Tricia was talking about, Medicare Supps. My goodness, there you go. You're talking about you're working with Med Supps. You're working with the seniors. And you know that, once you get that straightened out, help them with that, then you just find out, do they have a CD in a bank? Do they have grandchildren? We have a grandparents program where you would buy insurance for your grandchildren, and the children would get something every month. Every year, a little note saying that the grandmother wished them a happy birthday or grandfather, that kind of thing. We also have life settlement programs, structured settlements. These are just some of the areas for special needs planning. So please think about some of these weird ways of doing things, of gaining business, and we can help you. We have the people that can help you. Next, please. And the grandparents programs, this is leaving a legacy of love. This is what I was talking about. This is how to build key relationships with your clients because this is something that they can leave a legacy. A legacy is very important. It's legacy of love. There's no question about that, and people will, your grandchildren will remember you every time, and know, of course, they all know that they love you, but just getting that every year, that is something else. So we can really help you continue with that legacy. Tools that you can use, less annoying CRM. I'm hoping that all of you have a CRM system. If you don't, you really should, and that's a way to keep all your businesses or keep your clients aware of what's going on. And it's very simple marketing tools that you can use. The CRM, which I just was talking about, is $15 a month, manages your customer information. And how important is that? You really need to have your notes in your system as to when was the last conversation you had. Was there a death in their family? Was there somebody just got married? a new baby was born. I mean, you want to write all this in your CRM so that this way, next time you speak to your client, you'll remember. You'll have all that. And I'm sure all of you are doing that right now. So that's why virtual sales assistant is $22 a month. And these are providing professional pieces that you can send to your clients with your name on it. And they're just great pieces on business overhead, long-term care. I mean, many, 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 many things. And so we have all the tools that really can help you. We have so many different marketing pieces as well. Biz Equity is $179 a month, and this is software to help you to get into the business market. You're going to find leads in the business market. On this program, basically what it has is the wealth of a company. The company is listed, whether it be a doctor's office, whether it be a dentist office. You would look for the dentist office in your area. These are ways, like I said, to work with professionals, but this way you'll know what earning, how many people are working for them. This is just another tool that can really help you. So please give us a call and let me know about this if you're interested in that. Customer marketing material. I know that some of the girls showed you some of the things. There's just so many different things. This is brochures offering your services. This is a general one. It would say that you do life, long-term care, DI. Like I said, when you meet with your clients, some think now you deliver a life policy or annuity. They don't know that you do all these. And if you're not sure about some of these, we will teach you, we will help you and guide you. We have great people here that can really help you. And like I said, we can work with your clients as well. So this is a great brochure that you can just send out in your regular mail, whatever you're doing, or when you meet with a client, leave that, or if you have an office, you can have it out there so they can pick it up and it'll be personalized. Next, please. And add a personal touch. Hey, this is the proper time. When life throws you with a curveball, what do you do next? It makes all the difference in the world. And we all know that, if things happen that we don't even think are going to happen. It could be a death in the family, just things like that can happen. And it's just so sad. Or a birth in the family. And so there's many, many good things and whatever, but we're here to guide you and help you. And the only way is to communicate with your clients, and you need to meet with them at least once a year. And that's why we have these tools. Add a personal touch, you can see all that. So there's many, many things that we have here. Just give me a call, let me know if there's anything that you need that we can personalize for you. Just call and we'll get this done for you. And I think any other questions or anything, Donna, that anybody has asked, or we run out of time?
Thanks, Trudy. I don't have anything except for, can I get some of these brochures customized?
You certainly can. You just let me know, just give me a call, send me an email or whatever, and we'll be glad to do that. And so we want to help you all from start to finish. That's what we do here at UMS, and we just love helping you. And we want you to reap the rewards by joining us in Naples, Florida, and also Key West. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Trudy. And again, thank you to all for hanging in there. Just have about two more quick slides for you. What this is showing you right now is our website, the contracting part. If you are not currently contracted with us and would like to do so, again, as your back office support for you being out there as an independent advisor and agent, go to www.callums.com. There is a blue contract button right there on the right-hand side of your screen. You would click that. There is a video on how to get through the contracting. But again, we have a contracting department that can also walk you every step of the way. So make sure you visit our website. There's a lot of great material on our website within each of the departments. But you do need to get it contracted in order for certain things to open up on the website for you, like some of that marketing material that Trudy just presented, or the quoting that the life department talked about. This is one of our our top producers who wrote a little testimonial about Underwriters Marketing Service. Many of the producers that have worked with us have the same longevity as many of our employees. So they've been with us for quite some time, because when you do start working with Underwriters Marketing, you usually don't leave. You know, we have a lot of producers that are very happy with us being their back office support. So John down in Florida wrote that. This one is from Michelle, another one of our top, you know, $1 million producers in the industry. I'll just leave them up for a moment. So again, I want to thank all of you for hanging out with us today and spending 90 minutes with us to help enhance your business. This meeting has been about you. I know we talk a lot about underwriters marketing and a lot of the departments, the resources that we have, but it really at the end of the day, it's about you and your clients and how can we offer that back office support, because without all of you, we would not be here. So thank you for joining us. We look forward to working with each and every one of you. Make sure to go online if you have any contracting to do, but give us a call for any case design, marketing material, or any back office support that you need within any of the departments that you talked about today. Our number is 800-524-1774. Thank you all for joining us and hope you have a great day.